Secure, Contain, Protect. SCP-2444. Object Class: Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Any social media postings, local advertisements, or cellular communications related to SCP-2444 are to be flagged and reviewed by Foundation interpreters. Mobile Task Force Psi-7 Home Improvement will be deployed to neutralize any structure found to be housing SCP-2444. All instances of SCP-2444-1 will be cataloged and maintained for future study and reference within one of Site-77's vaults. Detaining entities residing within SCP-2444 has not yet proven to be possible, with demanifestation occurring once reaching the border of SCP-2444, but attempts to enact total containment on them are ongoing. SCP-2444 is a reoccurring physical manifestation resembling an indoor flea market. Decrepit and abandoned buildings in urban areas are the most frequent hosts of the SCP-2444 phenomenon, although rural structures have occasionally also been affected. SCP-2444 has thus far only appeared within the continental United States of America and Canada. Individuals living within reasonable traveling distance from the location which SCP-2444 appears in will have recurring dreams about SCP-2444 before it appears. Most frequently, these dreams take the form of the subject owning physical possessions, oftentimes becoming physically conjoined with these objects, and occasionally becoming a piece of merchandise themselves. Most dreamed objects are ones which have been coveted by the dreamer in their waking lives. While only a small number of individuals will experience this phenomenon, it will strongly predispose them towards both visiting SCP-2444 and encouraging others to do so. While active, SCP-2444 hosts numerous merchants and vendors, some of which have been found to be recurring. The items for sale within SCP-2444 resemble things expected to be found at a second-hand market, including clothing, books, electronics, kitchenware, and furniture. All of these items appear to be of extra-dimensional origin, with some being more obvious than others. There appears to have been some attempt at concealing this fact. Clothing has universally been found to have all labels and branding snipped off, although there are many other indicators such as the presence of numerous armholes, neck holes being too large, and some clothing not having any holes at all. In addition, designs may have anomalously moving fluid patterns on them. Some recurring documented instances of this included moving images of rain, clouds, faceless men gesturing to be followed, along with deformed baby animals lacking teeth, and gift wrapping being shredded. Other merchandise found within the confines of SCP-2444 appear to be extra-dimensional bootlegs of popular culture items or other things commonly found at flea markets. These are usually sold by recurring vendors. Foundation personnel approaching these individuals should exercise caution when engaging with them. Any objects produced within SCP-2444 are to be classified as instances of SCP-2444-1. A partial list of some notable recurring vendors and their merchandise is as follows. Name given: Mr. Messy. Appears to be a white male with highly variable features, the only consistency being inconsistency, noted for having a high-pitched voice and always wearing an artist's smock. Common items sold include apparently bootleg versions of Wondertainment items, including Colonel Beep, an autonomous toy robot which attempts to flee whenever approached by a human, and superb paper, wax paper which can be folded into paper airplanes which take the same universal flight pattern of immediate nosedives. Altered versions of contemporary pop culture, including Rick and North action figures and homemade DVDs for Mystery Laboratory Culture 10,000, and Legions, which appear to be green humanoids with large eyes, wearing classical military garb. Books, paper and hardback, with topics such as the proper way to skin a cat, a brief history of stairs, bloodletting for dummies, and biographies of historical individuals which differ wildly from reality. Most of the books contain inscriptions indicating they were highly coveted gifts. Name given: Slug, a humanoid entity of indeterminate origin, overweight and no visible body hair, travels in a homemade electric wheelchair apparently made from a driving arcade game machine and a portable generator, missing several fingers and communicates almost unintelligibly. Common items sold include electronics magazines depicting laptop computers with vacuum tube technology, flying and aquatic cars, personal jetpacks, and virtual reality helmets. Most appear to be heavily worn with notes from previous owners, featured items being circled and prices highlighted. Satellite television dishes with branding related to the Oniroy Collective, The seller's claims of being able to broadcast the owner's dreams have been proven to be untrue, as the devices do not function at all. Vintage electronics such as a video game console labeled as a Dependo 64, apparently made to play both video games and assist persons suffering from nocturnal enuresis in preventing future incidents. Various commercial and knockoff smartphone devices, most of which came with the SCP-2876 phenomenon built in. Name given? Dr. Mangus. Asian male wearing a soiled lab coat with a small sword around its waist, seen to wear at least 11 different wristwatches at all times, and frequently self-sampling the medications it sells. Common items sold include herbal supplements and sleeping aids. When taken, they may cause the user to experience vivid dreams related to SCP-2444, along with any other objects, media they wish to possess or experience. Also noted to be highly effective in rendering users to sleep. Name given? Shrek Faustus. A bald albino humanoid with recessed features and most commonly seen wearing a bathrobe and slippers. Common items sold include clothing with the aforementioned anomalous appearance and properties. All items sold by this entity appear to have some level of anomalous appearance. Kitchenware with custom appearances, along with curved blades and misshapen but functional frying pans and Tupperware containers, and pet collars appearing to have been made for three-headed animals, enclosures for hamsters or other similar creatures apparently as large as cats or small dogs, as well as pet food for exotic, extinct, or mythological creatures. SCP-2444 was first discovered when several Foundation agents were affected during an unrelated field operation. After attending SCP-2444 and noting its unusual merchandise, several other reported appearances were found dating back to the early 1960s. The following passage has always been found erected as a banner over SCP-2444's entrance. Take what you need. When you're done, do not throw away. Please divide your things among your friends. We are worthy of being loved too. The following is a list of declassified recurring vendors from an expanded log file on SCP-2444. Name given? Karen. A female California condor that communicates using a portable text-to-speech device that it operates using its toes. Both wings appear to have suffered severe bone fractures in the past, which have healed improperly, greatly limiting its flight capability. Common items sold include unpackaged strips of beef jerky, a large piece of dried wood inscribed with unknown writing. Despite claiming that the item is for sale, the vendor ignores all attempts to purchase it or further questions about the item or its price. Attempts to touch the object causes the vendor to become severely agitated. Small wooden crosses, each with a roughly cross-shaped mass of living muscle tissue stapled to it. Genetic testing indicates that the tissue is sourced from various coyotes. Empty sheets of white A4 paper. Sheets are frequently stained with dirt, ink, dust, or engine oil. Name given, Mr. Jeffers. An animate, humanoid mass of lint wearing a ski suit, gloves, a knitted beanie, and large black sunglasses. Claims that Mr. Jeffers is a pseudonym, but refuses to elaborate on its reason not to reveal its full name. Common items sold include various items of clothing, often disproportionately sized for humans, and table fans. Name given, no name was applicable for this vendor. A coin-operated robotic arm with a display used to pick out items on a table that it seemed to identify using barcodes on each of its products. It becomes hostile when items are taken without payment. Common items sold include melted ice cream sandwiches, exact replicas of a single $1 bill, these notably cost $2, dead, potted corn stalks, and human hair matching no known humans preserved in amber. Genetic analysis of the hair indicates that all of it has alopecia. Name given? Martin Chubbelwitz. A single axolotl, which is much larger than average, being 1 meter long and 35 centimeters tall, it appears to float in the air through the means of an unknown mechanism. When asked about this, it only responds with magic. It communicates in English, in an Australian accent, although it is unclear how speaking is achieved, as axolotls lack the necessary vocal cords to do so. Common items sold include compilation books of Garfield comic strips, glass jars filled with various types of jellyfish, Valentine's Day cards identical in appearance to SCP-4095, but not retaining the original anomalous attributes, various paper maps of Nouakchott, the capital city of Mauritania, and candles that, when lit, give off a faint scent similar to that of lavender.